What's up, Barbarians? Flay Rupture is looking good. Repetition to core skills. Decent. The highest clear for Flay Rupture will be with the dual wield setup. I tried dual wield and I tried Polearm. Unfortunately, Polearm is weaker than the Magnum Opus. For Polearm, I had 3 ranks to Flay duration, and with the Magnum Opus, even though we are missing Flay duration, this setup is better. Let's show off Pit 85. Alright. While you were in while you were in the pit or Nightmare Dungeons, you are going to spam Rupture until you get to the boss. Group them up, spam Rupture as much as you can. That's the biggest thing you want to do. And you have a couple left, like we do have here. Pull them over into another big group and use a little bit of Flay. But you want to keep pulling the mobs forward and keep using Rupture. And I am going to have to make Rend again. When I made Rend the first time, I was using the Twilight Ward, and that is actually still bugged. If you go and fight the Blood Bishop, he will one-shot you. If you just bump into him while you have the Twilight Ward up, you just die automatically. Very annoying. So because of that, I need to try Rend again. But Flay Rupture is looking pretty strong. So keep moving, keep pulling enemies, and keep spamming your Rupture. That is the biggest way. The most important thing to do is when you play the pit. If you try and flay every single enemy, you are not going to finish the dungeon in time. So very important, stand there, spam Flay. Sorry, spam Rupture. One last enemy, go ahead. Then use Flay, but other than that, you have to keep pulling and you have to have big groups. That is very important to the success of this build. Keep moving forward, and keep using Rupture. We don't even use Wanton to Rupture. We could. But we don't need it. One guy left. Definitely hit him with Flay. Whenever enemies are unstoppable, that's also when I use Flay. The big packs make your cooldowns go down to 0. And that'll help you with spamming Rupture all the time as well. Alright, who do we have? Okay. So now instead of spamming Rupture, you're gonna just spam Flay. want to stand here and just flay away. For the attack speed, make sure that you have your Rupture up all the time. Once it is red, like mine is, hit Rupture again. And that way you can make sure that you get as much attack speed as possible. And it will help reset your cooldowns as well. And if we had aggressive resistance working, we'd be even tankier right now. Overall, Flay does a really good job of cutting up the boss. And if your enemy is not vulnerable, that's when you hit Steel Grasp. Make sure your Wrath of Berserker is up all the time. Back off so we don't get killed. Alright, home stretch. Pit 85 completed. As I stated earlier, I do need to remake Rend, and that is because of the witch powers. Twilight Warding is still bugged. If you go up to Blood Bishop and you have this on, he will one-shot you. If you just touch him, he will one-shot you every single time. Do not use this. In the helmet, we have the Ugly Bastard. For all bleed builds, you want to make sure you have the Rage of Hairgath. In the Gauntlet, we have the Pain Gorgers. We use Pain Gorgers for two reasons. Ranks the basic skill, and the unique aspect that makes us do 200% more damage. Here we have the aspect of Might. Make sure you have Ranks to Flay on your pants. And then any combination of max life, resistances, and armor as needed. On the boots, we have the Weapon Master. I do like to have a second charge to Rupture. This is not needed, this is more of a preference. If you don't want to use the Weapon Master, you could use Hectic. For our two legendary weapons, you want to make sure that you have Strength, max life damage over time, Flay duration, and another temper of damage over time. And your aspects, you want Earthquakes and the Moon Rising. You want to make sure you have a Polearm for the vulnerable damage to increase your exploit glyph for two one-handed weapons, as with any dual wield build, the Magnum Opus, and for basic builds, the Shard of Rathiel. Make sure your master workings hit Flay duration. Then we have the Ring of Starless Skies, with our Occult Gem of our Growth and Decay witch powers being 35% more potent. Then we take the aspect of Intercom, and you want Strength, Attack Speed, Critical Strike Chance. I needed more damage to Berserking, and for builds that use the Shard of Rathiel, you want to temper Resource Generation. And our Occult Gem here is the Vulture Talons, that our damage over time effects tick 50% faster. And in the amulet, you want the Iron Warrior, with percent to strength, critical strike chance, and cut to the bone. As you notice, I'm not using the Ring of Adaptability, and that is because we use Rupture just as much as we use Flay. Because of that, Intercom works for both. For our witch powers, Abysmal Resonance, Wave of Woe, Decay Augmentation, Aura of Siphoning, and Soul Harvest, with Doom Orb. Our weapon expertise is two-handed axe. For the skills, you put 7 points into Flay for Battle Flay, 1 point into Pressure Point to get 3 points to Warpath, 3 points to Tempered Fury for the Magnum Opus, 3 points to Endless Fury because we use the Magnum Opus and the Shard of Rathiel, 3 points to Imposing Presence, 3 points to Martial Vigor, 3 points to Belligerence, 3 points to Rallying Cry for Tactical Rallying Cry, 3 points into Iron Skin for Tactical Iron Skin, 3 points to Swiftness. I really hope they're going to be fixing aggressive resistance soon. as we would put more points into here. 3 points to Pit Fighter, 3 points to Slaying Strike, 3 points to Rupture for Warrior's Rupture, 3 points to Cut to the Bone, 3 points to Steel Grasp for Fighter's Steel Grasp, 1 point to Thick Skin to get 3 points to Counteroffensive, and 3 points to Irrepressible, 3 points to Duelist, 3 points to Invigorating Fury, 7 points into Wrath of the Berserker for Supreme Wrath of the Berserker. And our key passive is Gushing Wounds. For your arsenal selection, make sure Rupture and Flay are both on dual wield. For the Paragon, our first board is Empty Dexterous. Our second board is Decimator, where we have Rumble. Our third board is Weapon Master, where we take Wrath. Our fourth board is Blood Rage, where we take Ire. Our final board is Hemorrhage, where we take Exploit. That is Flay Rupture. I'm disappointed that the best way to play Flay is with dual wield because of the Magnum Opus. It would be nice if using a Polearm could also be viable, but this setup here clears Pit 90, where the setup with the Polearm cannot clear Pit 90. I really hope that they're going to buff Bleed in Season 8, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Either way, Bleed is still my favorite playstyle, and if you enjoy Flay Rupture, Magnum Opus and Shroud of Rathiel are the way to go. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.